Hey, I'm Abby and welcome back to the Life-Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I want to share with you 10 quick tips to help you prepare for your upcoming interview. Before we jump into that, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're looking forward to hearing those 10 tips. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. So 10 quick tips to help you rock your upcoming interview. Let's jump right into it. The very first tip is to research. Dive deep into the company's background. Understand their mission, their vision, their values. Know some of their recent wins. Understand their background, their culture. You will want to tailor your responses during the interview to showcase your alignment with the organization as a whole. So do research ahead of time to understand these different aspects of the organization so you can successfully showcase your alignment. The second tip is to know your strengths. Identify your unique selling points and your strengths that make you the perfect fit for this position. Showcase how these strengths truly bring value to the role that you have applied to. In addition to knowing how your strengths bring value to the role, you'll want to know how your strengths bring value to the organization. This goes back to tip number 1, which is doing your research on the organization so you can make those connections between what you're bringing with you to what the organization is looking for. In addition to knowing and highlighting your strengths, you want to make sure that you highlight your achievements. Use specific examples from your past experience and/or education to showcase your achievements and how you can use your experience in those areas to contribute to the success of the organization if they bring you on. One way to showcase your strengths and highlight your achievements is by using the STAR or the CAR method. Structure your answers to these interview questions using the STAR or the CAR method. Now, my preference is the CAR method because it's essentially the same as the STAR method and it's shorter and easier to remember. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my videos on how to answer behavioral-based interview questions. I go over in detail how to use the STAR or the CAR method to formulate your responses and structure your responses to any behavior or situational interview question. When you use this format, you are able to provide comprehensive yet concise answers to any interview question. If you haven't already started practicing your answers to common interview questions and practicing your actual interview, know that practice makes perfect. You can fine-tune your responses or your answers to interview questions by practicing with someone else, like a friend or family member, or even recording yourself talking in the mirror or talking to a camera. You'll want to practice articulating your thoughts in a clear, concise, and easy to follow manner, and you'll be able to use this data from your practice with a friend or family member or recording yourself to fine-tune those responses to ensure that they are the best for the upcoming interview. In addition to practicing and it helping you articulate your responses in a more effective way, it also helps you boost your confidence. It takes some of the guesswork out of how you might come across. It's a really good reflection of how you might actually show up during an interview. So practice, practice, practice. Now, my 6th tip is to come up with techniques that will work for you to stay calm under pressure. You'll want to take deep breaths to slow your talking down. You don't want to talk too quickly because it can be difficult to follow or difficult to understand. You want to try to stay composed. Don't let your anxiety or worry get the best of you. I've got several videos with tips on how you can help yourself stay calm during the interview process. So if you haven't already checked those out, I highly recommend that you do so. You'll also want to be sure that you have the mindset of interviewing the interviewers. Questions are a two-way street. Prepare thoughtful questions for the interview. Now, these questions will typically come up at the end of an interview, but they also might come up throughout or during the interview. You'll want to prepare questions about the role, about the organization, the team, and if you're feeling brave and you have the courage, you might even have some of those hard or hesitation questions prepared. Now, again, I also have many videos on questions to ask at the end of an interview, so if you haven't already checked those out, I highly recommend that you do so. My 9th tip is to dress the part. Align your attire and your wardrobe with the company's culture and with the role that you'll be engaging in. I recommend that you dress one level above the standard dress code for the organization. So if this organization is business casual, then maybe add a jacket or a blazer or some sort of sport coat to help dress up your attire a little bit more. Having the right attire also can help increase your confidence. When you come across as confident, not overly confident or cocky, but confident, you can also help yourself make a better first impression. My 9th tip is to be aware of your body language. Body language matters. 93% of our communication occurs through nonverbal communication, which is primarily body language. So you'll want to make sure that you engage in positive body language. This would include eye contact, if you're in person, a firm handshake, and sitting up straight. Your body language can convey enthusiasm and confidence. And then my 10th and final tip is to send a thank you note after the interview. This is one of the most important steps in the interview process. Even if you receive no response back, sending a thank you note at the end of an interview is a great way to leave a final positive impression. In this thank you note, express gratitude. Express gratitude for the opportunity, reiterate your enthusiasm for the position and the organization, and ensure that it feels personalized and it doesn't feel too generic. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did and you're looking for additional resources to help you prepare for your interview, I've got many options for you. I've linked to several videos and playlists in the description box below to help you through this preparation process. But really, I just wanted to let you know that you got this. With the right preparation, you can come across as confident and competent and make a really good impression with the interviewers. If you are looking for additional support and you're interested in one-on-one interview coaching, please go ahead and reach out to me today. I offer one-on-one interview strategy sessions where we can review the role, we can review past interviews and what went well, what didn't go as well, your areas of focus, and how you can really be strategic about preparing for this upcoming interview. If that's something you're interested in, please contact me today. I've linked to my email as well as my website in the description box below. I would love to schedule a session with you to help you feel the most prepared and confident for your upcoming interviews. My weekly availability is limited, so please contact me as soon as possible to set up this session today. If you found this video helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any additional questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas on this topic, please throw them in the comments box below. I love receiving comments, and while I will do my best to get back to you individually, just know that any comment you leave will likely help someone else who's going through the same thing in the future. So if you have any additional questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, throw them in the comments box below. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.